Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Career Fox TV. I'm Nancy Fox, the Career Fox. In this channel, we talk about all the things that help you create a prosperous career doing what you love. Today, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn, but not everything about LinkedIn, just the two most important things that you need to do on your profile to attract just the right decision makers and the right recruiters to your profile. Now, LinkedIn by far is the most successful, the most dominant professional social network site in the world. And it is where everybody posts their profile in the professional world. Everybody has a profile, everybody uses it, everybody looks at other people in the professional world. It is a very, very important platform. It's immense. There's so many different features and factors, and there's changes happening all the time. However, the truth is that with everybody's attention span being so limited today, especially the right recruiters, the right decision makers, they're going to be searching very, very quickly. They're looking for answers fast, and they're going to pay attention to the right people, and then they're going to want to learn more about the right people. But so that's why we want to make sure that your profile looks like the right people to the right decision makers. With such a short attention span, you've got to hit people really, really fast, and you've got to maximize the real estate on LinkedIn. And most people do not. They leave a lot of money on the table. They leave opportunity on the table. They don't maximize the real estate that's available to them on LinkedIn. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So there are going to be two things that I want to talk to you about today about your profile. One, I want to talk to you about your LinkedIn tagline, which is what happens right after your name. And I want to talk to you about your headline, which is the very first descriptive piece of information on your profile. Those are the two most important things that I want to talk to you about today. If we have time, I'll also talk to you about a third thing, your banner, your LinkedIn banner, which can be an enormous opportunity for you that most people don't maximize. But I want to cover the two most essential things, your tagline and your headline. Now, the other thing I want to say is that most people treat their LinkedIn profile like a resume. And I think when LinkedIn first started, it was intended to be that way. It was intended to be sort of a substitute online resume for recruiters. And for many people, it still is, but it is for you as the job seeker, the employment seeker, or even someone who is looking to become self-employed in your own consulting practice. Do not treat this as a resume or a CV. It is not that at all. It is your second website. It is your bulletin board. It is your free advertising space. So don't mess it up and don't waste the opportunities. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. And now you can see my profile. Now we're going to use my profile today as an example, and I'm going to, because I can make the changes on it. I can edit it. I can't edit anybody else's, but I can edit mine. So the first thing I want you to notice is actually I'm going to take you to. I want you to see something before we even dive into making any changes in the content of the profile. I want to take you to some comments that have been made on LinkedIn. This was a post, here's a post that I put up the other day. And here I am, as you can see, I'm pointing to this. You can see that here's my comment, and you can see, look at what's showing up in my comment. You can see my name, then you can see my tagline immediately, and it's fully readable, right? And what it says is creating prosperous careers. So anybody that sees my profile in a comment that I make is seeing a lot about me in that very first line, not just my name. And it's not just my title. You're getting to see what I do and who I do it for. And then in the very next line, you can see my headline, which is, we help professionals create prosperous careers doing what they, and then it's cut off, right? But you can pretty much get the gist of, I help professionals create prosperous careers. That's all in the very first two lines. And then if anybody wants to know more about me based on my comment, they can there's an immediate attractor factor, right? All right, let's go back to my profile. Okay, so how did I get it to be like that? Well, I didn't put my time. I really, there's some important information that I'm going to be sharing with you today about what's available to you on your LinkedIn profile content, where you actually make the edits to your profile. So when you're going to be using the information that I give you today, you're going to be going to your profile. And when you go to your profile, which is going to be appearing in the top right hand, actually, let me go back. I'll just take one quick step back so you can see. Actually, let me go right, there you go. So let me go back. My profile is right here. See, there's a little circle to the top right of the nav bar. You click on that, and then it says view profile. And now you can see how your profile looks to people when they land on your profile page. So these little pencils are the edit buttons. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this piece of it. And you can see that in the very first two editable boxes is my first and my last name. Now, here's where most people miss a huge opportunity. In the first box of your name, there are available spaces, and in your first name there are 50 digits available to you to use for your first name alone. Most people never use any of that for any of the content that they want to be putting in their headline or their tagline. So there's 50 spaces available to you. And I just sort of figured this out very recently. And in the last name section there, I think there are 34 digits available to you. So there's a lot of space available to you for descriptors, for keywords. All of that can be used even in the first and last name sections. What I did, I happen to have a very short name, so I put both my first and last name in the first box. That left me a huge amount of real estate to put the descriptors for my tagline. The first piece that people are going to see is what I call the tagline. I really love a 3-word tagline. So leaders leading leaders, salespeople getting leads. Whatever your 3-word tagline can be, that's the key. That's the opportunity for you to be working on what you want to say as your tagline. I really believe that the most important thing about your tagline should be something about your unique value proposition, something about what you do and what you help people accomplish. If you're able to really put that in your tagline and you do it in a very, very short amount of space, it is so powerful. Because remember, people's attention span is so small. So giving them a 3-word tagline, maybe 4 words at the max, is so valuable for you. It's so helpful for you. Okay, so that's what I want you to think about, what you want to include for your tagline. And then I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the work that I've done with my clients to show you what they've been able to create. But you can be putting, if let's say you have a very long first name and you have a semi-long last name, it's going to be a little more challenging, but usually there's a way that you can find some kind of descriptor to put into these 2 boxes, to put sometimes it might even be if you're able to put both your names in one box and then use the entire last name box as your tagline real estate. That's very, very powerful. Now, I want you to think about this. This is really important because you want to be thinking about this tagline as what's it going to be in terms of keywords that recruiters are using to search or potential clients using to search. Let me show you a little bit about how I might really take a look at this. So I'm going to just give you a little example here, and I'm going to show another page. So this came up in my email that this particular firm is they're looking for staff, right? Look what came up. LinkedIn is actually sending into my inbox some job opportunities that are available. There's a demand writer for this firm, and that's a new term. It's not just a writer, it's a demand writer. That's a particular buzzword in the legal space. Senior business coach for Amazon. So they're looking for a very particular kind of a coach, a business coach, right? And look at this. If let's say you're a writer or some kind of content writer, This particular company, Sweet Green, is looking for a copywriter for brand and social, and it's a new position. But see the keywords they're looking: writer in Santa Monica, writer reporting specialist. See, look at the keywords. These are all keywords. Social media writer. That is what you would want to put into your tagline right away so that recruiters can find you. So let's go back. Let's say that I wanted to, I'll just show you how this would look. I want to go back to this position. Let's just say social media writer. Okay, let's just use that as a keyword. So I might say social media writer, right? And now let me save that. And look what comes up. You see, it's right in my name, and that's immediate. That's the very first thing that people are going to see, right? Okay, let's go back to doing a little more work. Okay, so this is now your headline. Now in your headline, here you could be a little bit more descriptive. Let's say that you are a social media writer for the legal profession. Or you could say for lawyers and law firms. So let's say you already know, you are very clear about your industry. And now you can start to expound a little bit more. You might say Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, right? Areas of specialty leading to more engagement and more targeted leads. Let's just say that I saved that, right? Now, this is a very specific headline. It is going to be incredibly valuable. It's not going to be really important, let's say, if I'm a manufacturing organization, but let's say I really specialize in lawyers and law firms. It's perfect, right? Now, let's go back and let's say that a particular firm is looking to get more engagement on Instagram. It's perfect for them, right? They're going to know exactly that you're the right person for them to want to learn more about in your profile. So let's go back and let me click on this and take you a little bit deeper into this. So let's just say you don't know what industry that you really want to appeal to. You might say you want to, maybe you've had some experience with restaurants. Maybe you've had some experience doing social media writing for, let's just say restaurants, for example. You might say social media writer for restaurants and the food industry. And that would allow you to have a little broader reach, but it's still very specific, right? And you might even say social media writer for food industry. Now look at this. See how specific this is? It makes it a much better attracting profile for the right people. That's how you reach the right decision makers and the right recruiters. So your objective here is to really start understanding and knowing and learning very clearly what the keywords are that your ideal decision makers are looking for. Now, let's say that you're a consultant and you're not a social media writer, but you might say, let's say, and in the consulting arena, there are various different kinds of consulting. So it could be maybe you do strategic planning, maybe you do sales consulting, maybe you're a recruiter, maybe you do consulting for internal recruiting, right, for companies, or maybe you do leadership consulting. So let's just say that you're right in your name, you might say strategic planning specialist, legal profession, or I'm just gonna, let's say health and wellness. And here you could use some digits, which are the separators on the keyboard, health and wellness. There you go. And then you might in your headline say strategic plans, development, consulting. We help small businesses, small to mid-sized businesses develop strategic plans that actually get implemented. So here's where you want to put in what the outcomes you help people accomplish. And here's where, okay, so they wouldn't let me actually put in a space. So you just leave it like that and you save. Please remove any special characters. Here we go. Okay, got health, wellness. Okay. And that's how it would look. So much better in terms of putting just your title. And the reason you don't want to put your title in your tagline at the very top is, guess what? As you scroll down into the profile, and they're looking now, once they know who you are and what you're all about and what you can provide for them, then as people scroll down, they're going to see your experience. That's where they're going to see your title, right? That's where they're going to see all of your work experience. So that's wasted. It's wasted to put it in your, unless recruiters are looking for a very specific title, then you do want to put it. And that's why it is so important for you to find out what the keywords are that recruiters are looking for, that your ideal clients are looking for. That is really why it is so very important. So you want to make sure that when you're thinking about what you want to put in your taglines and in your headlines, I want you to think about the most important factors. One, what are the keywords that your decision makers are looking for? Two, what are some ways that you can express accomplishments for people so that when they see your profile, they're not just looking at what you do or your title, they're getting a sense of what you can do for them. And three, express any unique skills or knowledge bases that you have that would allow you to stand out from the competition. All right. So those are the most important things that I want you to be aware of when you are developing your LinkedIn profile. And many of you really need to maximize the real estate right in the first two lines. Okay, so that's part one. Now I promised you that I would add a third element into our conversation today, and that's the banner. And right at the very top, you can see this banner. And what I did is I created a custom banner on Canva, canva.com. And you can create, they have a designation on Canva is free. You can create a banner. They even have a LinkedIn banner that you can put right on there. And what I did is I created a banner that told people to go right to my most important webinar for career changers, right? And I have it right here. So go right to thebusinessfox.com/career rebound. You can see my free workshop, my free webinar, right? And it tells you what you're going to get out of watching that. And also it tells people to come see this channel, Career Fox TV, and I gave them the link. So while it's not a clickable link in the banner, it is great real estate to maximize if you've got something that you want to announce. All right, you guys. So now here's what I'm going to say to you. Post your questions in the comment box below. And if you want me to look at your updated profile, once you implement what I've taught you today, if you want me to take a look at your updated profile, I'm going to be happy to. In an upcoming new video, I'm going to be doing a sort of a profile audit, a live profile audit. So definitely take advantage of that and make sure that if you like what you learned today, that you hit the subscribe button and make sure you come back every Tuesday for a new edition of the Career Fox TV. All right, now I'm going to stop my share. and I'm going to come back to you guys. I hope you've gotten value out of today. Take me up on my invitation to revamp your LinkedIn profile. Your decision makers, your recruiters are going to have a much easier time finding the wonderful you. You don't want to be missing out on this opportunity. You don't want to be leaving chips on the table. So definitely take me up on all of my offers today. Hit the subscribe button, and don't forget, post your LinkedIn profile, and I promise I will take a look at it, and I will give you a LinkedIn profile audit if in an upcoming session. All right, you guys. Thanks for being with me today. Nancy Fox, the Career Fox, and I will see you next time.